What's up? Okay. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today is Main Deck Monday, and we're once again talking about Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX, Articuno V, Moltres V, aka my favorite deck, and I think it's actually probably the best deck to play in the game right now. And I know I'm going to be biased because it's like I played it a lot, but I really do think it beats all the best decks. Right now, the best decks are Mew, which is Mew's kind of interesting. We'll talk about that in the video. And what this video is Sunday I went and played at a split a case tournament. Went 3-2, won 9 packs. So we're gonna eventually start opening these up here in a little bit. And at Saturday I played in the some online tournament. Went 6-1-1 to lose in top 8. So I mean the deck's good, even though it didn't win. My losses were pretty interesting to talk about for sure. So we'll cover those. But if you don't know about the deck, how it works, it uses Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. It's got Gale Thrust, G-Max Rapid Flow, 120 to 2 Pokemon. You have Articuno V, or not Articuno V. It does play Articuno V, but it plays Galarian Moltres V. It's got the Dire Flame Wings, attach a Dark Energy to it. Orban does 190, which is great. It's a good backup attacker, and then also getting energy acceleration is great. And then it plays Articuno, has Reconstitute, discard 2, draw a card. I've had a lot of people always ask me questions about this because you can Rotom Phone in Articuno to draw it if need be, and then also you can discard Dark Energies to power up your Moltres V, which is pretty cool. Lumineon is a great one-of that's in the deck now because you can put it on the bench, search it for any supporter card. Most times you're grabbing a Raihan with this. You could grab Boss Sword, you could grab Research. It's a guaranteed supporter card, which is really cool. I like it in the deck now, especially we can like Quick Ball for Lumineon, for Raihan to whatever you need, right? Because the Raihan, you know, if a Pokemon's knocked out, you can attach a Dark Energy from one of your Pokemon, right? And then you could like search for like a Rapid Strike Energy. The whole point of this deck is to constantly either use a G-Max Rapid Flow, Gale Thrust, over and over again to win you games, and it's really good and it's really consistent. This Urshifu is busted. Strafe does 30. Don't care about that too much. You switch with the bench, whatever. 100 years blows is 150. That 150 is really good to talk about because it gives you the potential to do 300 damage to a fighting weak Pokemon turn 1, which is great. And then a 150 does put a lot of pressure. With Choice Belt, you do 180, so you can essentially knock out 180 HP Pokemon turn 1, which is great. I don't think it knocks out Genesix, so Genesix have like 190, if I remember correctly. Alright, they have 190, so that's not going to matter, right? Yeah, they have 190, so you're going to knock them out. But there's so much Pokemon that are 180. Crobat's weak to fighting, so we don't really care about that. Lumineon's weak to fight. They have 170, so that's pretty cool that you could do. But the big thing is, like, be able to, like, turn 1, knock out an RC's V with 100 Fierce Blows, so that's pretty cool. Energy Switch, like I said, the whole point of the deck is to move the energies from Moltres V onto Rapid Strike Urshifu and take knockouts. Escape Rope is a clutch card. We'll talk about that. And Low Wall Switch is good too, just a 1-1 split. Part of me wants to make a 2 Escape Rope, but Switch is good enough too. 4 Quick Ball, 4 Ultra Ball, maximum consistency. Zora, thanks for joining us. 4 Rotom Phone. I got 3 Tower of Waters. You have your Rapid Strike Pokemon 2 Let's Retreat. Really good for your Urshifus, once again, so you can constantly get that, you know, Gale Thrust attack off if need be. 2 Boss Sword to bring Pokemon Pitch deactive. 3 Marnie for Research, 2 Raihan. 2 Air Balloon for that free treat. Air Balloon to Articuno is like the best thing to do. Choice Belt do it extra 30 damage, which is really cool because like now your Galarian Moltres V do 220. It might not seem important, but it actually is. Like, I took down a Hoopa V, and I was able to take it down because I had a Choice Belt attached to it. 4 Rapid Strike Energy and 8 Dark. You can maybe play 1 fighting. You don't play Energy Search, so I'm not a big fan of the 1 fighting in here. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about our matches, open up some packs, and talk why I think that this is the best deck. So on Saturday, we, like I said, went 6-1-1, and it's not going to be playing a video. This is me opening, and then I'll show the code cards. I went 6-1-1. Round 1, we played Oh, there's a Lipard with the trade. Ooh, discard to draw 2. We played against Mew Genesect round 1. I think they had a bad hand. Here you go. But that matchup is very interesting because the way it works out is if you take the first knockout, you usually win the game. And the reason why is because you knock out anything, right? Doesn't matter what it is. They're going to respond with a Mew, right? Most time it's a Mew, right? And if they respond with Mew, you then take a knockout with your Moltres V, and then they take a knockout with another Mew, and then you knock out Moltres V. It's a very interesting matchup. Magma Base from this pack, nothing really. Here's Code Card. But yeah, we beat Mew turn 1, so that was pretty good. Round 2, we play against Arceus Duraludon. Now, this might seem like a bad matchup, but like I said, you can one-shot the Arceus because you played, Rapid Strike, or you probably, Rapid Strike Urshifu. You're doing a ton of damage to him. You're knocking him out. And then your Duraludons, you might be thinking bad because, you can't hurt him with special energies. Well, you got Galarian Moltres. And the cool thing about this deck is if they go, turn 2, swing Arceus to Duraludon, you go knock out with Urshifu. They can't knock you out. Maybe power up a Moltres, swing it to them, right? Which is pretty cool. And if they do take a knockout, you can then swing it to the Duraludon. The Duraludon might knock you out. And you swing it to the Duraludon, knock him out. And usually by then, they don't have another one set up. And so you just try to go about it that way. That's kind of what happened in that art game. Oh, sweet. Look at that card. Oh, yeah, buddy. Cynthia's Ambition Full Art. That's pretty cool. And a double turbo. What a busted pack. Cynthia's Ambition Full Art. So that was a pretty good matchup. I think we beat them 2-0. And round 3, we played against Malamar. Malamar is very interesting because, yes, they do hit for weakness on your Rapid Strikes, but you take 2 price cards every single time you knock them out. And then you play 3 Marnies, so it's like essentially you can Marnie them every turn, which does hurt them a lot for sure. Did I show the last code card? I don't remember. Here you go. Merry Christmas to somebody. But yeah, Malamar is an okay matchup, like I said, because you can ping multiple. Sobbles and whatever and set them up. And sometimes they only have like 2 NKs. And this is where, like, the escape rope's clutch, because, like, Malamar has resistant, so you can't snipe the active for 120, because then they have resistance. You don't knock them out because they have 120 HP. So if you get escape rope the Malamar out of the active, ping the Malamar, ping an NK, and then they have no NKs in the field, that buys you another turn. And usually they only have 2 out. They have, like, the active and the bench. So that's really good, because usually it's, like, 2 of those, 2 Sobbles, maybe 3 Sobbles, and like an Octillery. So that was a pretty easy. That's a pretty good matchup. Like I said, the escape rope was good. I actually missed the escape rope turn because it was prized, but they weren't able to knock out like constant Galarian Moltres V. Like I said, because you can Marty them over and over again, put them at bad hands at 4, which is why it makes the matchup so good. Round 4, it says it was Hoopa Moltres, but I'm pretty sure it's like an Inteleon Urshifu toolbox thing, whatever. I only played a 1-1 Urshifu VMAX, but the cool thing about this deck is it beats those Urshifu decks. The Urshifu decks, they play like multiple like Inteleons and stuff like that. Yeah, you don't care. You just like ping their Inteleons, you just swing into them, whatever, knock them out. Then like the following turn, you can like ping the Urshifu and ping like a bench person. You're down to 3 price cards now, and then like Moltres V can like pick up the last one, right? Because you ping their active Urshifu. If they Sheralded it, they're most likely not taking a knock on your Urshifu or something. But I think all those decks are fine. Those are probably good matchups because they have Inteleons and stuff like that, so you can ping them pretty easily, which is good. So I think that's a good matchup. In round 5, we played against Ricardo Totti. I don't know how to say his name. Got second at LAIC, if I remember correctly. And I was like, "Hey, do you want an ID?" He was playing Warmerdam. I think that's still somewhat of an okay matchup. Like, you might be thinking, oh, but Josh, you can't attack dark energies. That's fine because like because they don't one shot your Galarian Moltres V anyway, and like you'd also ping their bench V barrels if they don't get rid of your energies in time. They most likely will. But like Galarian Moltres V is such a good backup attacker. You play 8 dark energies, so it's not impossible for you to find your guys. But I think that's still a fine matchup. He agreed to tie with me, and so we just tied. And then the next round was against RCS Duraludon, another one I know. And I was like, hey, do you want an ID? We got an ID in a cut. And opponent said no. I was okay, so we'll play it out. And so we played it out, and same thing like the other deck. I think it's a really winnable matchup after playing 2 games with it. Urshifu is going to knock out the Arceus. Duraludon has to be hit by the Moltres, so that's pretty good. And if you're lucky enough, you can one-shot their Arceus turn 1 before they can use Arceus attack. And we'll go over that here in a little bit, how that happens. I can't remember. Oh, there's Torterra in here. That's it, though. Oh, a Groudon. But there was nothing too interesting about that matchup, unfortunately. So it actually cut to a top 16. And so we went 5-1. Yeah, we went 5-1. Our tie was because we took it intentionally, just trying to like go 4-0-2, right? And I think I already showed that one. There you go. And so then in top 8, we played against Malamar. Now, like I said earlier, Malamar I think is an okay matchup. It's not bad. But what was different about this Malamar is, unfortunately, they were playing Manaphy. And Manaphy is a pain in your side. Flygon V. There you go. There you go, Flygon V. It's pretty cool. And we got a golden ticket. Got a V-Star golden ticket. Time to PSA down that. I think... Yeah, if they have Manaphy, it's pretty unwinnable, unfortunately, because, like, the turn you take to ping one of their Manaphies, like, the following turn, they're going to knock out, like, an Arceus or whatever you use to attack, and then by the end, you're down, and it's, like, bad. It's bad. It's bad. And they can play Rescue Carrier and stuff like that in those lists, so they can constantly get it back. So I think if they play Malamar with Manaphy, you lose. I think it's a terrible matchup. It's probably the worst matchup we hit. So, yeah, don't play against that deck, because that deck is bad. But anyways, went 6-1-1 with that. And I told my friends, I said, hey, if I do well at this tournament, I'll go play in the win-a-case tournament, or split-a-case tournament, whatever. So that's what I did. I drove to Philly, met some amazing people, met some people who knew the YouTube channel. That was pretty cool. And played some Pokemon. So that was pretty exciting. So round 1 was against Jolteon. Yeah, Urshifu against Jolteon, what are you going to do? But I actually won game 2 because he Phantom Waves my Rapid Strike Energy and I can never find another one. Like, you just need, like, you get just Gale Thrust for knockout. Like, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good matchup, but we win that 2-1, right? And then, let me make sure. I think round 2... or game 2, let me see here real quick, I'm sorry. Game 2 was against Cole. Cole was playing Eternatus. I believe it went... Can I see how this match went? Can I see this real quick? Oh, I can. I can view it. There we go. Oh, cool. So game 1, he won. Game 2, I won. I don't really remember those 2 games. But game 3 was, like, probably our best game ever. Like, I don't know. Like, Cole could probably agree to this if he's watching this. It was a really good matchup. I had to, like, turn 1, discard 3 Urshifu VMAXs. But I'm pretty sure I still got the turn 1 knockout. Then he got a knockout. Because, like, oh, I don't think I told this. He was playing Eternatus. Yeah, did I say that? Eternatus. And you think, oh, Eternatus, that's a good matchup, right? Well, it's not. It's, like, shaky, right? It's shaky. And I'll explain why. So Eternatus VMAX right here, it's got 340 HP. So you need to find the Choice Belt as with that. And then like Dreadin has the potential to one-shot your Urshifus because they had 9 on field to 270 with Choice Band. And then like some pings, they can knock your guy out. So that's really upsetting. So I think it was a more difficult matchup than I thought it was, right? And I think I was whiffing like the VMAXs too. I don't think I ever got him out as quickly as I could. He was pretty good at like knocking down my Urshifu before I could set him up. And then we were like, game one was like a standstill at one point. Like we were both like just waiting to like who got the first boss order or something like that. And I think he was the first one to take on knockout or something like that. I don't know. I think like Crobat took a knockout like a Zigzagoon. His Eternatus came up and swung, and then I couldn't find the right combo to take a knockout the following turn. But game 3 was really cool because like I remember my last turn we had to find the Rapid Strike Energy, right? We had to find this, the Rapid Strike Energy. We had to find an Energy Switch and a Choice Belt. We found everything but the Energy Switch. If we found the Energy Switch, we would have took a knockout, but we didn't find it. And unfortunately, we lose that one. So that was a bummer to lose the Eternatus, but it happens, right? And then in round 3, what did we play against? It was an Arceus Hoopa. It was like the Arceus Hoopa Birds thing, and I think game 1 he didn't set up very well, and I was able to knock out like multiple Sobbles and stuff like that, which is really good. And then game 2, he eventually got like I knocked out his Arceus. His Hoopa comes and knocks me out, right? And if you don't know what Hoopa I'm talking about, it's the Hoopa V. So it's this one where it counts as Psychic and Dark. So he took a knockout of me. Then I followed up with a Moltres knockout because it has Aura Burn plus 2 Choice Band is 220. So that's really nice. It one-shots them. And then I can't remember the last of it. I don't think he got anything set up after that because he had to use a lot of resources to power up that Hoopa or something like that. So we'd win that game 2-0. I think any RC's matchups is good for you. We'll go more than a little bit of how I think it's good. Round 4, we play against another Eternatus deck. Round 1, she won. Once again, you think it's easy, but they have so much HP, and they can just like ping your Urshifu's turn 2 and just like knock them out before you can set them up. So that was really rough. Game 3 was probably like one of the coolest game 3s ever. I was able to get a turn 1 Rapid Strike Urshifu V 100 Years Fist Blow knockout on her only Eternatus V in play. And then turn 2, she only had one Eternatus V, and so she was able to do anything, and then I, of course, took another knockout, and then by then I was pretty far ahead. I remember in game 2, we had to discard all of our Rapid Strike Urshifu's energies pretty early, and then like Moltres V took like 2 price cards or something like that, 4 price cards, something like that. It was pretty cool. We had to like set up double Galarian Moltres in case she like ball sort of one up, and the other one could like take a knockout the Raihan or something like that. It was a pretty cool play. I wish I could remember 100% what happened. My days are getting fuzzy. But we won that 2-1. That was another really good game there. Really, really good game. And then round 5, we played against Mew. And like I said, Mew is kind of iffy. Because if Mew does Mew things turn 1, he gets like a turn 1 Meloetta, you're going to probably lose. Because like if they go second, take a knockout with Meloetta, then like turn 2, you could probably follow a knockout with Moltres, right? But then they're gonna follow up with Mew. Then you knock out theirs, right? And then you're down 4 prize cards to their 5, and then take 2 prize cards to take a knockout. So that's a matchup I have to look up more into to see how it works. If they don't hit the turn 1 Meloetta knockout on your guy, I think you're fine. I think you're in an okay spot. I think you're okay. But if Mew does like Super Mew things, and my opponent did Super Mew things games 1 and 2. He even said like this is the best like turn 1 Meloetta he had. So nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. It is what it is. So I think maybe I might have misplayed a little bit because I think I promoted like Urshifu V, just like a sacrificial Pokemon. If I would have sent like a Crobat or something, maybe they had to find like another Fusion Strike Energy or something like that, or some like Fusion tablets, whatever, plus powers. But I think it's still an okay matchup. So went 3-2, won the 9 packs you just saw me open, and insert the code cards. Hopefully y'all use those code cards. And we pulled it for Cynthia's Ambition. That's pretty cool. So yeah, like I said, the big decks right now is Arceus. I think this deck beats anything with Arceus. Even with Dunsparce, the thing about Dunsparce, it's like, it's cute, right? Dunsparce is there, gives it no weakness, blah, blah, blah. But like, if, you use G-Max Rapid Flow, you knock out the Dunsparce, you knock out like an Inteleon, you take 2 prize cards, the Arceus swings into you, okay, cool. You can like switch your escape rope and like take a knockout with another Urshifu VMAX. You're up to 4 prize cards to their 0. And even if they got like another Dunsparce out, you could probably just like ping the Dunsparce with something else. Because like this deck is really good, like I said, getting off the consistent like G-Max Rapid Flows over and over again to win these Inteleon decks that are going to play. If the Arceus Inteleon decks start playing Manaphy, then it becomes really, really rough, and I think that's a bad thing. But any of the Inteleon decks that don't play Manaphy, I think you're just going to beat them because you can just ping their guys over and over again. And they can't one-shot your Repstrikers for VMAXs. And so your VMAX is going to take at least like 4 prize cards, and like Moltres V can like clean shop. So that's pretty cool. Even like the Urshifu V thing that like Limitless team came up with, I think this deck still beats it because like once again you ping 2 of their Teleons, you ping like a Moltres and like their Urshifu, and then like the Galarian Moltres V can pick up for a knockout. So I think that's a fine matchup. Let's see what else is out there. We're talking about Arceus. Arceus, you're fine. You hit for weakness. The Urshifu Inteleon deck, you're fine. You beat that. Mew is like the only kind of like interesting matchup right now. And like I said, we'll need to test it more right now. The past 2 days, I'm 1-1. But I think if they don't do the turn 1 Meloetta like go crazy thing, then you're able to beat them. So I think that's like a really good thing to point out. And then plus, when I played in the tournament today for Sunday, my opponent was really, really good at like not leaving Pokemon in the active spot and like retreated to like Oricorio and stuff. And I was like, man, I gotta boss around this Oricorio. So it was like kind of a pain, but I mean, that's why he won. He won. He knew what he was doing. He dropped the Oricorio and will retreat to it. So that's pretty smart of him. So props to him. But yeah, I think people need to test the deck more. I know it's probably not going to be, but if I was going to Indiana, like Indianapolis, like this is the deck I'd be playing. I would test it more against Mew, just to see how that matchup goes. Maybe there's some changes you can make to it, but I think the deck is good. Like I said, you could beat any Arceus. You beat all the other Urshifus because they have your list not good as them. You beat anything that plays Inteleon, and it includes like Manaphy and stuff like that. Unless, of course, like I said, they are Malamar. But like I said, if they play Manaphy, then it's like kind of difficult, right? So yeah, let me know what you think. Test the deck out. I think it's really good, and yeah, I think it's kind of speaks for itself. It's doing its thing, and I would be really happy if people would test it. But we'll see. Alrighty, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something new about Repstrikers, Urshifu, Moltres. I think the deck is really good still. So yeah. Have a great Monday. We'll see you tomorrow for Rogue Tuesday. Alrighty. Bye.